Number 666 doesn't say that anywhere in Revelation. 666 is to identify the man. It says it's the number of a man. And they maybe think it's a barcode or it's a computer chip in the forehead or in the hand. Let's read this from Revelation, and it's going to help us better understand it. You'll find this, of course, in Revelation chapter 13, verse 15 and 16. And I'm going from the New King James Version here. He was granted power to give breath to the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their foreheads. And at first glance, people are thinking, oh yeah, must be something visible on the outside. And I remember when the barcodes first came out years ago, my friend said, don't buy anything that's got the barcode on it. That's the mark of the beast. And I think those friends have probably all starved to death since then or changed their mind because it's on everything. That is not the mark of the beast. Or, they think that it's going to be the number 666 or a tattoo. That is not the mark of the beast. What does it mean in the Bible? Let the Bible interpret the Bible. What does it mean when it says a mark in the forehead or in the hand? Look with me in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 6. After God gives the 10 Commandments, he repeats them in Deuteronomy chapter 5. Then Moses summarizes in chapter 6. Of course, he says, Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one. You should love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength. He goes on to say, and these words that I command you today shall be in your heart. Now, let's stop right here. When Moses says the word is to be in the heart, what does that mean? That they were to literally open up their chest and stuff a scroll with the 10 Commandments in their heart? No, it's clearly a symbol. It's a figure of speech. Go on then. You shall teach them diligently to your children. You shall talk of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise up. You will bind them as a sign on your hand, and they will be as frontlets between your eyes. Most of what you find in Revelation is a reference to the Old Testament. There are 404 verses in the book of Revelation. 278 of those verses can be found almost directly quoted from the Old Testament. So to understand what it means in the hand and in the forehead in Revelation, look at what it says in the Old Testament. Here it says the law of God was to be in their hand or in their forehead, between their eyes. But wait, there's more. Look in Deuteronomy chapter 11, verse 18. Therefore you shall lay up these words of mine in your heart and in your soul, and bind them for a sign on your hand, and they will be as frontlets between your eyes. In the forehead and in the hand, represented in the actions and in the thoughts. The Bible talks about in Isaiah, it says, wickedness was in their hands. It doesn't mean the hand, it meant their actions. Jesus said, if your right hand offends you, cut it off. He's not literally talking about cutting off your hand. It means something in your behavior, your actions. In the forehead means in your thoughts. The mark of the beast is not a tattoo. It is not physical. If you look, for instance, in the Greek, the word that's used in the Greek there in Revelation is the word harigma. And it really means engraved, etched, branded, inscribed. You say, well, there you have it, Pastor Doug. It's an engraving in the forehead. No, when God tells us about the new covenant, he says, I will write my words. I will engrave my words on your heart. That is clearly a symbol. The word tattoo in the Greek is actually a different word. The ancient Greek word for tattoo is dermastixia. And that means derma, we know dermatologist, it means skin. It means in the skin, a stigma. They would have used a different word if it was a tattoo. They didn't use that word. They used the same kind of word to say engraving in the heart, in the forehead, in the hand, meaning in the actions. Let me give you a few more verses. I quoted 2 from Deuteronomy. Let's go to Exodus chapter 13. He said, it shall be a sign to you on your hand and a memorial between your eyes. There you have it again. In the hand and in the forehead. Go to Exodus 13, verse 16. It shall be as a sign on your hand and as frontlets between your eyes, for by strength of hand the Lord has brought us out of the land of Egypt. This is just the Hebrew way of saying it's to be close to you. It's to be in your actions. It's to be in your thoughts. If you look again, Proverbs, Solomon puts it this way. Proverbs 3:3. Let not mercy and truth forsake you. He's talking about the principles of mercy and truth. Bind them around your neck. Well, how do you tie mercy around your neck? Write them on the tables of your heart. Does that mean literally? Or again, is it using the figure of speech? Proverbs 7 verse 3, and these are just two of many. Bind them on your fingers. Now there are some Orthodox Jews that they literally have phylacteries where they tie little sections of Scripture to their wrists or they hang them on their foreheads. That was not what the Lord wanted them to do. You know, you can have the Scripture tied to your hand and kill somebody. He wants it in your actions, not just the physical, visible symbol on the outside. So when you read in Genesis, let the Bible interpret the Bible. Cain sinned. He broke God's law because he would not worship the way that he was commanded to worship. In sacrificing a lamb, he did it his own way. He got angry and he killed his brother because Abel